Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We are at Père Lachaise Cemetery in Paris, France. I visited Jim Morrison's hotel grave here and I made a video on that. And now it's time to make my Polish friends and my father happy. I will visit Frédéric Chopin's grave. I will tell you the whole story, and I have here a cat that I want to interact with a little bit. That's the entrance over there. That's how you enter. And let me... What's going on? Peace, 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 peace. Are you scared of me? Are you scared of me? Oh, you want to dance? You want to go dance? You want to show me your butt? All right, meow, meow, meow. Go. Okay, so the reason why I'm going to Frédéric Chopin is, first, I like his nocturnes, and not only. Second, my father, who played piano very well, he liked Chopin the most, and he played the nocturnes by heart. Now, I have a little bit of faith in humans, because you see that's the entrance over there, and a child ran from there after me to inform me where the grave of George Enescu is. You have a map, free map here, given by them, where George Enescu, the Romanian composer, pianist, violinist, virtuoso, he is buried here, and I know that. So I went, you can't find on this map. I said, well, I will find it somewhere here. And I didn't look on internet. I don't have internet access here in France. It costs money. So, cheap mofo as I am, but I'm going to stay about 15 days in Paris, but I don't buy internet. I'm not going to go over that now. I'll explain later. So I went over there to the gate and I asked a kid and someone over there about George Enescu if they can access the internet or something. They tell me where it's at. So I said, no, if it's not on the map, then it's not here. I said, I know it's here. So I left, crying. So as I was crying, he came after me, he was running, and he said, I found him. He is in Division 68, George Enescu. So I'm going to go there, it's a big division. And nevertheless, I'm going to go now to see Mr. Frédéric Chopin. I was already, oh, look here. It's mystical. Mystical. It's raining, sleeping forever. Here is a Chinese guy. Yeah? Is he? No. Sorry. I thought so. By the way he looked, I was like, holy moly, macaroni. Beautiful. Over there. It's been raining. République des Français. It's on that thing over there. République du Français. Not the France. Look at this. Nice. It's nice, it's more mystical if it's raining. I thought I would not get a lot of people around, but there are a lot of people. So anyway, going to visit Chopin. He is in Division 11. And I already been there, but I said, how about I hit two people at the same time? I will probably hit Enescu and Honoré de Balzac at the same time. Already. Are you seeing anything? Are you seeing anything, buddy? Very nice. It's too crammed. See how close to one another they are. So my Polish friends, I hope I will wash some of my sins. I know that his heart is in Poland, if I remember correctly. It was taken by, again, if I remember correctly, by his wife, girlfriend, sister, female, a woman, and taken to Poland, and it's in a church in Poland now. Exactly where, I can't remember. So heart in Poland, body in Paris, and the geniality all over the world. all over the world. All right. Yes.
Where Oscar Wilde is.
Excuse me?
Oscar Wilde.
I have no idea.
It's here. 84.
Holy moly, you gotta go up more.
That way.
Yes.
So that's the end way.
Yes, you're just, right now you're just here. Oh, see this stairs? You're just right here. So you got more to go.
Oh gosh.
So it's right here.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, you're welcome. British, Australians. What was she? She was halfway. All right. I think I went a little bit too far here. I find it because I know there are the Polish flags over there. Right? Right. Well, there should be. He didn't live much. He didn't stay much in Poland, as far as I know. I know he left Poland while he was very young, as a child, and since then he was just gone, mostly in Paris, if I remember correctly. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It matters your talent, and what you leave behind you. And if you're recognized, and even if you're not recognized, even if you do it, and some people will find you with time, that's what matters. Remember Carmina Burana? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now that one was found. It was out of a text. And it was refound and republished, retouched up a little bit, if I remember correctly. And it doesn't really matter, who did it. It's just that it was. We're approaching the grave. Now it's not this one with the flowers. Here, it's on the opposite side. But remember, when you meet this one right here, the Denon, we meet here on the opposite side. Right here is the Polish flags, and here is Frédéric Chopin. Right there. Geniality. You see a genius? Right there. In there. Frédéric Chopin. Pop. Now I want to show you what's over here. I know what that is. Varsovia. Chopin, născut, born in Poland. What is this? Varsovia. I don't know if that's 1950 was this put together. That's what it says. Indeed. My friends. All right, what's this? So, right here, it says, fils d'un émigré français, Marie, fille d'un gentilhomme. So she was a French. His mother was a French immigrant. I'm sorry, not even try. Krzyżanowska, and the son of a gentleman, Polish gentleman. So she's an immigrant, mademoiselle, and gentleman. So I didn't see that. I was like, I'm not gonna say that anyway. All right, so here we are with this, and let me go over some. If you don't want to go away, just time for you to go away because we're going to talk about some Russia politics, and we're going to go towards what's his name? George Enescu and Honoré de Balzac graves. So let's see where we left. We left with Trump, and this is what Trump does. Trump tells Netanyahu he will try to bring peace to Middle East and combat anti-Semitism if elected. You see, don't conflate our interests with other people's interests. But he does that. He does that. He's not going to combat, I don't know, anti-certain kind of cultures, this disintegration. You know, he's not gonna pledge allegiance. He's gonna do this and that, but he pledges to this very garbage-like thing, initiative. But that tells you a lot. It tells you a lot that he does that. I haven't heard when, let's say, Nigel Farage showed up at his at him over there. I don't remember him saying, "I will protect the British heritage of our colonies." Nothing about that, or something like that. Not good, not good. So, President Trump expressed his solidarity with Israel, and then after blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Now, we find out that here in Paris, supposedly there were some arsons at the metro, at the subway, at the train station, and they say that Iran is behind French rail sabotage ahead of Olympics. And you know who said that? Israel. My bad. Sorry. It was very improper. But anyway, it seems like it makes me really burst into laughter. Yeah, Israel informs us. It's like the cat informs the, you know, I don't even know what the example to give you. It's such a example of a big lie, where you make it so big that you're like, really? And Israel informed us that the Americans, that the Iranians are about to finish their atomic bomb right there. They're ready to make it. They've been doing this for about 10 years already, and somehow the Iranians were incapable of getting the job done. But hey, Israel, always our staunchest supporter and defender of democracy in the Middle East, tells us. And we believe them. Why? Look who's in charge. Look who's at Secretary of State. Look who's in charge of the American foreign policy. Tehran is also planning terrorist attacks at the games. The Israeli foreign minister has claimed. That's a good word to put over there, claimed. Nevertheless, all right, let's move on. The sabotage on the railway infrastructure across France ahead of the Paris 2024 Olympics was planned and executed under the influence of Iran's axis of evil and radical Islam, says Katz. Katz, good, foreign minister of Israel. I don't believe that guy at all, by default. Now, NATO spy plane intercepted over the Black Sea. So that is, Russia has turned back another RAF reconnaissance flight to a second time this week. Why? Because the Brits are trying to provoke Russia. And the Russians will respond. I guarantee you that when the Russians will respond, and when the Russians will down one of the Brits' planes, you know what's going to happen? The Brits will tell their baboons that we've been attacked. We're going to defend you. See, we told you the Russians are bad. Then they will start, as always, their history, their story from the middle, which is we've been downed in the Black Sea, because Black Sea is right by London, all right? A British reconnaissance aircraft accompanied by two fighters approached Russian territorial waters in Crimea on Thursday, but turned back after a Russian jet flew to intercept, the defense minister said. Okay, according to the Russian military, 3 aerial targets were detected approaching the border. A Sukhoi 27 fighter dispatched to deal with the threat identified them as a RC-135 spy plane and a pair of Eurofighter Typhoons, all belonging to the UK Royal Air Force RAF. No violation of the Russian airspace occurred, and the Sukhoi 27 returned to base safely. So, was it legal? Yeah, well, yeah, it was legal. It was legal. Yeah. Well, you know that if the Russians would do the same thing by the islands over there in the, by their channel over there, or the French channel, then you're gonna, this guy's a threat. Oh my God. But anyway, now we find out from Russia Today that U.S. admits it spread disinformation about Chinese COVID vaccine, per Reuters. So Reuters said that. The Pentagon reportedly created hundreds of fake social media profiles to convince Filipinos that the Sinovac shot was quote-unquote fake. The US military has admitted that it ran a clandestine campaign aimed at discrediting China's Sinovac vaccine in the Philippines and across Asia in the Middle East, Reuters has reported. So, I'm quoting, "It is true that the Department of Defense did message Philippine authorities questioning the safety and efficacy of Sinovac," Pentagon officials wrote on their Filipino counterparts in a letter dated June 25 and reported by Reuters on Friday. According to the document, the Pentagon admitted that it, and I'm quoting, "made some missteps in our COVID-related messaging," end quote, but assured Manila that it halted the operation in late 2021 and has since, and I'm quoting, "vastly improved oversight and accountability of information operations," end quote. The operation in question began in 2020 after China announced it would distribute Sinovac shots in the Philippines free of charge. But we got our boys with big, I can use it. All right, in an effort to counter the public relations boon for Beijing, the Pentagon ordered the Psychological Operations Center in Florida to create at least 300 fake social media profiles to disparage the Chinese vaccine, a Reuters investigation revealed last month. You got? Wow, now that would have been bad. I can see my forearm broken here. My God, these are... All right, take it easy, baby doll. So, and I'm quoting, "COVID came from China and the vaccine also came from China." I'm quoting, right? "Don't trust China," end quote, read a typical post created by the PSYOPs team, while another stated, and I'm quoting, "from China, PPE, face mask, vaccine, fake," end quote, but the coronavirus is real, end quote. Well, that helps you understand other things as well. Some people, when I say that the big interests are behind our governments and our system, that's what it is. Big interests are the ones that have the most money. Global interests, not the ones that are here and there. Global interests, my friends. Wow, we are at 68. We are right at UNESCO. Whew, but this is a big section, my friends. Now, Pompeo, this traitor. Pompeo offers Trump an escalatory peace plan for Ukraine. Pompeo should shut the hell up, actually. This is according to Russia Today. Why? Because he said so many things that against his former boss that he should shut up. Former U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has claimed that Donald Trump would be open to dramatically ramping up U.S. support for Ukraine if elected president. Pompeo's plan, however, contradicts almost everything Trump has said about the conflict to date. Pompeo is a traitor. Not traitor, the one that you would, do what's proper for traitors, but it's just a traitor. That's what the guy is. Trump slams politicized FBI. Why? Because Christopher Wray, the director of FBI, came in front of a commission, and he said that we don't know if what hit Trump was a bullet or a shrapnel. And Trump said, "This guy doesn't know shit," so here we go again. So the former president has attacked the Bureau's director, Christopher Wray, after his controversial claims at the U.S. Congress. Former President Obama, the Republican presidential candidate, has slammed the Federal Bureau of Investigation as being politicized and incompetent at his job. Testifying before the Congress on Wednesday, FBI Director Christopher Wray said he wasn't sure whether Trump has been hit by a bullet or something else at a campaign rally 2 weeks ago. And I'm quoting, "I think with respect to former President Trump, there's some question about whether or not it's a bullet or shrapnel that hit his ear," Wray told the lawmakers. And I'm quoting Donald Trump now. "That's why he knows nothing about the terrorists and other criminals pouring in our country at record levels." Trump continued, "His only fools is destroying JC bababab." So this is something that obviously has been happening. And remember, who's got the guns has got the power. And who's in charge of the guys with the guns has the power. and those guys are not independent because they are appointed over there. You can say, well, this guy was appointed by Donald Trump, or the guy was appointed by that guy. Do you think that Donald Trump knew this guy? Do you think that Donald Trump knew that guy? Do you think that he knows the people that he appoints? He's told about this guy from one of his advisors, one of his friends, or who knows who else, come over and say, you know what, this guy is a solid guy, he loves you, now he's gonna do this to you and for you and so on. And once he gets over there, you're gonna find out, not so fast, baby doll, not like that. So, these bits of information, like for instance Trump with Netanyahu saying what he said, this kind of information here should just make some people see the big picture of who's who and what's what. The information is there. The thing is, one of the way the propaganda works in a so-called educated society, or no, informed society, is by using a flood of information. You don't have time, so you increase the ratio of the information then use, that you don't have time to check it out. Therefore, you just sinks in your brain, and you don't have time on the second to realize, to verify if that is true or not true. But your brain memorizes that, and with repetition, you're not going to go back and say, okay, now I'm going to go back to see if that's true. Sometimes, but it stays in your brain. The communists, the imbeciles, did it the other way around. They were not giving you information. So therefore, you had 3 pieces of information, and they repeated the same thing, and you had time to just go over those 3 pieces of information. So, my friends, we are in bad shape. And what we need to do is first to understand who is who and what is what. To understand the dynamics of the society, and to realize how the whole thing works. And everything comes from money and power, or power and money. They are related. And then after that, you need to be able to keep the baboons in check, and you do that with weapons, with legality. You don't do it like like a dictator. No, you make it legal. Legally, if you do this, we're going to do this. And how you make the baboons don't realize that actually they are in this system? With propaganda, with shaping opinion. And you do it by owning the so-called free mass media. And then you placing the people to be elected as elected officials, and then you have the bureaucrats that will be appointed by the guys that you helped get elected as an interest. And then those guys, the bureaucrats, will write your curriculum at school. They will approve what your children learn. And your children will learn that this is acceptable and this is not acceptable, and then we'll change things. And a child, you don't know what the child is taught these days, so then the parents, the ones that know shit, then your child is going to be an adult. And when the child is going to grow into an adult, he's going to be already shaped, his mind, his worldview. So it's going to be easier to believe in those truths that were fed to him since infancy. That's how things work. Very easy, very easy. And when people react, they don't only have to activate their so-called free mass media, which is mass media. There's operatives. That's what they are. Operatives. This is mass media. The system operatives, the ones that cover. Oh, look where I'm at right here. Can't believe it. I'm gonna go in the next video with this. Right here, unbelievable. Easy to find. So once you understand this, how the things work, then everything is clear. And you add and you modify, because these things are not static. They always move, and they put smoke screens in front of you, and they let you go a little bit. And like you have a dog. You have a dog in a leash. You let him go a little bit, and then you stop him, and but the dog is going to go wherever you want him to go. That's the way we are. All right, my friends. I'm right here in front of George Enescu's grave, unbelievably easy to find. It's at the corner at 56 and 68, and Avenue de la Chapelle, Chapel. Avenue of the Chapel, I'm guessing. All right, my friends. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Come over.